Hi, Scott Newman here for PGANewman.com, and today I want to show you a really simple exercise that you can do to get your body into golf shape, and more specifically to get it into more golf shape to swing more on plane. A lot of people, don't play very much, they don't practice very much, and it's very hard for them to get into positions that they see on TV or they see in magazines. And it's just because they don't have the flexibility or the strength in the right areas to get there. So I have a really simple exercise that's going to really help you out a lot. You can do it 5, 10, 15 minutes a day, every other day, and it's really going to get your body in really good golf shape. The first thing I want to do though before I show you the exercise is go over a couple points about the golf swing. One of them is I'm going to actually draw a couple lines on the screen to make this easier. So I'm going to put a line on the screen right now, and I'm going to call that my shaft reference line. And that's simply just a line that's going along with the shaft, and really all that is that in order to swing on plane, I want this club to start out on that line for as long as possible on my backswing. And the easiest way to do that is to get my shoulders to swing back, tilting. One thing you'll see is a lot of people will just turn their shoulders back this way, which is, we call it flat. It's really hard for them to get them to tilt because they're tight in certain areas of their body, and it's just not going to happen. Another thing you'll see when people take their backswing is that this right leg straightens up, all their weight comes to the back of their foot, the outside of their foot. They just don't have the flexibility to do what they want to do or the strength. So I have the shaft reference line on there, and now I'm going to put another line on the screen that's parallel with that, and I'm going to call that my shoulder reference. And simply all that is I want the club to start on the bottom line and end on the top line. The easiest way to do that is to get my shoulders to turn on a tilted angle, which I call shoulder plane. So it would look something similar to this. So this would be a fairly good on-plane swing on the way back. And coming down usually follows the way you go back, as long as your shoulders are tilting. Sometimes you'll see people do this, where they swing back and then they just simply spin out because their shoulders are turning flat this way instead of swinging back on that tilted angle. Okay. So I've got the two lines on here, and that's the easiest way to swing. So now what I needed to do is I need some kind of an exercise that I can do anywhere I want. I can do it at home, I can do it at the gym, I can do it at the office, and it's going to recreate these two lines. It's going to keep my knee flex. It's going to give me flexibility in my hips and my side. Excuse me. And it's going to let me get into the positions that I want to get to, so that when I come to hit balls or to play, my body is in much better shape, and it's going to be easier to make a more consistent swing. So now let's get to the exercise. Okay, so this exercise is very, very simple, but it's very, very effective. And you only need 4 things. I have a 5-iron in my hand right now. Eventually you'll want to do it with 3 or 4 different clubs, like the sand wedge, the 5-iron, the driver. That's in the next video. I'll show you how to kind of mark your stick so that you know exactly how to set everything up, which I'm going to show you right now. The other thing you need is 2 golf balls, and I'm going to have 1 in my pocket to start with. So really all I have to do is create some kind of a workstation where I'm creating those 2 lines that we just had, the shaft reference line and my shoulder plane line. So the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of rest this on my shoulder, and I'm going to set up to the ball. So now I've got that shaft reference line. Now I'm going to take the stick that I have, and I'm going to push that out until it's fairly parallel with the shaft reference line. And I'm going to take the ball out of my pocket, and I'm going to throw it down to the end of the stick. So now I have a reference point for where I'm going to turn my shoulders down to the stick. Then I'm going to take this club and I'm going to drop it at my feet. So now I have a reference point of where my feet are, so I can walk away, I can do a set, walk away, come back, and I don't have to reset everything back up again. So what I'm going to do is just simply set up to the ball with my feet right next to the shaft. I'm going to pretend like I'm hitting that middle ball, and all I'm going to do is simply rotate my shoulders until I get that stick to point down at the farthest ball out there. So I've recreated those two lines. So now all I have to do is turn as many times as I can. The more I do it, the more my body's going to get in shape. And then we're going to do 4 different variations of this. We're going to do our feet apart, like a normal stance. We're really just going to swing easy at first, get some good stretching going. We're going to try and really focus on keeping this right knee bent. That's why I wear shorts. So you can see that. So I'm just going to simply turn. I'm not letting this go up. My shoulders aren't turning flat. I know exactly what my body's doing. So I can really pay attention to stretching and getting some strength and getting my body to do everything the exact right way. So I'm going to do 5. I do 5 sets of 5. So I'm going to do 5 with my feet apart, and I'm simply swinging here, focusing on that middle ball. So from the front, it's going to look more like this, to where I'm simply just turning down. I'm not swaying way back and forth. I have no extra movement. I'm staying very centered. Just like that. Then I do 5 with my left foot forward. So I'll do some of these from the front, some from the side. But you really want to focus on the through swing when your left foot's forward if you're a right-handed golfer. So my back swing is going to be fairly easy to do. My through swing, I'm going to start to feel it all in here. So I want to get this really stretched out. A lot of people just aren't flexible enough in order to do what they want to do, what they're trying to do in the swing, and this is really going to help. So I'll do 5 of these. And here I'm going to hold it for about 5 seconds and keep stretching, keep turning, get a really good stretch. So I'll do 5 of these, hold it, okay? Then I'm going to do 5 with my right foot forward. And this one's going to be opposite. You're going to feel it on your backswing. Same spots though, in your hip, in your back, in your side. So I'm turning, I'm holding it, trying to get a little extra stretch, trying not to let my right leg straighten up, and release it. Then I'm going to stretch here, do this again, hold it, and then come through. So I'll do 5 of those, and then I'll do 5 with my feet together. Excuse me, same thing. Taking my posture, bending my knees. I'm going to turn back, not let my legs straighten up, hold it, turn back through, going to hold it, going to do it again, come through, hold it again. Okay, so then I'll do 5 of those. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to do 5 more with my normal stance. And you'll find that if you did the previous sets, this is going to be a lot easier than it was before. So now I can turn, my right knee has stayed bent, I've got the weight on the inside, my shoulders are definitely turned 90 degrees. I can probably turn them more, but I don't need to. And then I just focus on turning through. And then I'll do 5 more of those. And then I'll take a break. And then I'll do 5 more sets. Excuse me. If you do this 5 set thing and you do it for like 15 minutes a day, which is why I call it the 15-minute swing, you'll make anywhere between 300 to 350 pretty much perfectly on-plane swings as far as your body goes. So now when you go to the range, your body is in much better shape. You've got a lot more flexibility, a lot more strength, and you can focus on actually hitting the ball, tempo, and target. Ideally, a good test to do is when you first, before you even start doing this, put the stick on your shoulder and get on one leg and try and turn and balance and see how balanced you are. Ideally, that would be the goal, is to be able to be on one leg and swing back and forth and do 5 sets of that when you're set up next to the balls when you're at your station. And to be able to do that, that means you're going to have a great balance. It means you've gotten flexibility and strength in all the right spots, so your balance is going to be much better in the swing. You'll see that if you first start, some of you will get on one leg and it won't take very long to fall over. So that would be the eventual goal. My challenge to you would be, do this exercise for 30 minutes, or 15 minutes a day. Do it for 30 days, practice short game a lot, and I can guarantee you that your body will be in much better shape. You'll probably knock 5 strokes off your game because your short game's better and your swing is going to be more consistent. So let me know how it goes. Visit me at pjanewman.com and look for the next video. I'll show you how to set up a little station, make some marks on the stick so that you don't have to, you only have to do this once, and then you can just go wherever you want to with the stick and set up a station. Okay, have fun.